Wow, look at this watch. Honey, rate this watch 1 to 10.
Can't see it.
Okay?
I'd give it a 7.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Phil and Watches. I'm Phil and this is a Nomos Orange Neomatik, and it's a great watch. When I go shopping, sometimes I see a watch that makes me just piss my pants, and this one makes me piss my pants twice. So it's a very good watch. It's fun, it's robust, and it's everything that you could ask for. So let's get into it. Oh, before we continue, we just hit 100 subscribers. Woo! Okay, that's my wife, yes. And I have to work on my signature soon. So stay tuned. And do like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. It really helps a lot. Thanks. So, this Nomos Neomatik Trump was released in 2017 during Bassworld. It's called Neomatik because of the new in-house movement of Nomos, which I think is beautiful but also lacking in some aspects, but I'll get to that later. What is special about these models are the colorways. You could get it the cute baby white, the almost black, the dolphin blue, and my favorite, commonest red. So first, let's talk about the box, or pouch rather, because it's a pouch. And it's very easy to store, and I dig it. Very functional. I'm all about the functions. So let's go over some of the specs. This watch have a 37mm case, have a sapphire crystal, in-house automatic movement, fully polished stainless steel case, and a display back. So this watch is 37mm, which would be small if it were any other brand. However, this Nomos wears rather large. You can see it on my 6¼ inch chopstick wrist. You can see that it doesn't wear small at all because of the long lugs and the thin bezel. And so it really fits nicely. Nomos claims that this 3.2mm tall movement is the thinnest automatic movement in the world that is accurate and produced in a large scale. How true that is? I have no idea. But let's take their words for it, I guess. And they achieved this by packing more than usual on the bottom plates of the movement. It also uses a thinner mainspring and what they call a Nomo swing system. The cool part is that when the watch is fully wound, it stops, and that causes a lot less wear and tear, which I think is a pretty cool thing. Only downside with movement like this is that it's quite loud, right? With a display case back and such a thin movement, you could definitely hear the rotor when you're winding it. However, after it's finished winding, you don't really have to hear it anymore because it kind of stops. So that's cool. And it's also beautifully decorated. You could see the blue screws, the pelage, and just the details, right? The amount of work they put into the movement. So let's talk about the dial. I bought this watch to match my theater chair I have at home, and hashtag no regrets. So Nomo said it should make us think of corals and rubber boats. But to me, it made me think of the blood of my enemies for some reason. It's a nice warm color, and it can look red at times, but also light orange at certain lights as well. I love the design of the clubs and the club campuses. There is a very nice fold dial with the numbers and indices. It just works well with a small second hand. There's also lume on the dial on the indices, so it makes telling the time very easy. Let's talk about the case. So the case diameter is 37mm, lug width of 18mm, thickness of 9.3mm, lug to lug of 48, and a 200 meters of water resistance. I'm actually super impressed by the case and the design. So get this, not only is it an automatic movement that is 9mm thin, it also have a display back 200 meters of water resistance. Bro, that's a game winner right there. And I no longer have to worry about the daily dives I do to find my chest of paddocks that is left with the Titanic. And it's also very light. Most watches I can't wear when I'm working hours on the computer, but this one, yeah, I don't even feel it there. So the bezel is nicely polished, and along with the rest of the case. Usually I give companies shit because it seems a little bit lazy just do one finishing on all of the case, right? But on this one, it actually works because it fits a casual Bauhaus vibe. The bezel is seamlessly connected with the lugs to create a nice polished package. So yeah, I dig it. So the hands of the watch I actually like because they're just thick slabs of meat filled with lume. And the minute hand extends all the way to China, and the small orange hand is a great addition to the dial. The crown is nicely sized so you don't have to interfere with the shirts, and is also signed on the crown, which is a nice addition. So this is just a nice gray Nomos textile strap, and it fits this watch very well in the fact that you could sweat with it and you could go into water with it. So you could also pair this up with just a shirt and jeans, or no shirt and no jeans. Who am I to judge? So the versatility. This watch I think is quite versatile, and I mainly wear it as my everyday watch. I think it would be a fun piece. I never wore a tie or suit in my whole life. I don't know about wearing it as a dress watch though. So let's talk about the price a little bit. I got this one at a super good deal. I got it around $1,500, and for that price, it's a very good deal. But you could even buy it new on eBay or Chrono24 for like $2,500. And I think at that price range, if you want a very thin movement and a Bauhaus design that is nicely finished, you really don't have any other competitions. So let's talk about the goods and bads about this watch. So it's thin, like I said, and it's light, it's accurate, it has 200 meters of water resistance, it's German made. Bro, just buy it, just buy it. So you either like Nomos or you don't. If you're a macho Rolex Chad, you're not gonna like it because you really want to show off your watch, I guess. And you probably don't want a Nomos. But if you like minimalistic watches, this one I think is a must-buy. So the pads, you have a loud rotor, first of all, and the lack of a screw-down crown sometimes freaks people out because they always scared they're gonna bump into very harsh rocks at that specific angle, but I get it. And the color isn't for everybody. So to conclude, who is this watch for? I see it that if you want something fun, another bright color instead of going for a Rolex Oyster Perpetual that costs you, 10K market value, just get this instead. It's technically a better watch in terms of the movements and just like the overall package, I believe, for the price point. So yes, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. I forgot to ask you a question, I guess. So let me know, let me know in the comments below. Will you ever buy a Nomos? What kind of Nomos will you buy, right? I know there's many different models. I had different models over the years. So yeah, let me know. Thanks. And next week, we're going to talk about the Rolex Explorer 2, hopefully.